I want to be very clear right from the start. This is not financial advice, this is not a tutorial, and this is definitely not a success story. At least, not yet. A few weeks ago, I made a decision that most people would probably call irresponsible, reckless, or just straight up stupid. I took my entire 401k from my last job, a job I got fired from, and I used that money to buy 4 YouTube channels. Not crypto, not stocks, not real estate. Today, I'm documenting everything, the wins, the losses, and the very real possibility that this completely blew up in my face. Day 1 of unemployment. A few months ago, I was sitting at a desk doing what I'd done for years. A stable job, a predictable paycheck, a retirement account slowly growing in the background, and then suddenly it was gone. I got fired. No dramatic exit, no big speech. Just one of those quiet, uncomfortable moments where your life splits into a before and an after. I remember driving home thinking about the same questions most people think about in that moment. What now? How long can I float? And what happens if I don't land on my feet fast enough? Like most people, my 401k was supposed to be untouchable. The do not touch under any circumstances money, the thing you protect at all costs. But when your income disappears, the math gets very real, very fast. And instead of rushing into the next job just to feel safe again, I paused. The decision everyone warned you about. I didn't wake up one morning and impulsively decide to gamble my retirement. This idea had been sitting in the back of my mind for a long time. I've been watching YouTube for years, studying channels, seeing faceless creators quietly pull in views, ad revenue, sponsorships. Most people don't realize it, but YouTube channels are assets. They have writers, traffic, history or authority, existing audiences. And just like websites or rental properties, some of them can be bought. That's when the idea crossed from interesting to dangerous. What if instead of starting from zero, I bought channels that already existed? What if I treated YouTube like digital real estate? And then the real question hit me. What if this worked? Or worse, what if it didn't? Cashing out the 401k. Cashing out a 401k feels wrong on a deep, instinctive level. You're trained not to do it. Penalties, taxes, regret stories. Every article says the same thing. Don't do this unless you have no other choice. But here's the part people don't talk about. A 401k only matters if you make it to retirement without running out of money first. So I did it. I pulled the funds, and instead of trying to flip it into something flashy, I used it to buy 4 existing YouTube channels. This is where the real story begins. The 4 channels. I didn't buy random channels. Each one had existing subscribers, past view history, monetization already turned on, a niche with proven demand. These weren't huge channels, but they weren't empty either. They were starter assets, channels with potential and problems. I bought the first one in late November, the other 3 in December. Different niches, different audiences, different challenges, and one clear goal. Can I turn these digital assets into sustainable income before the runway runs out? The crown jewel. Out of the 4 channels, one stands out immediately. It's a military news and technology channel. When I bought it, it had around 35,000 subscribers and close to 6 million total views. In the world of faceless YouTube, that's not small. This channel is what I think of as the lifeboat. It costs more than the others, but it already had authority, traffic, momentum. The good news? It's already floating. The bad news? I don't know anything about tanks, missiles, or military hardware. So from day one, this became a management problem, not a creative one. How do you responsibly run a channel in a niche you're not an expert in? That question alone could make or break this entire experiment. The other 3. The remaining channels are fixer-uppers, different niches, Tyranno, Arcanic, lower revenue, more room to grow or fail. Each one requires monthly management teams, editors, writers, systems. This is where the numbers start to matter, because while YouTube looks passive from the outside, running multiple channels is anything but. The real cost nobody talks about. Here's something most make money on YouTube videos skip. Monthly expenses. Every single month, I'm spending between $2,000 and $2,500 just to keep these channels running. That doesn't include taxes, software, or other side ventures. That's the burn rate. Whether views go up or down, that money goes out, and that changes how every decision feels. This isn't a hobby, it's pressure. I want to be completely transparent here. No projections, no hype. From November 1 to December 30, 2025, the total combined YouTube income across all 4 channels was $187.11. From December 1 to January 30, 2026, that number dropped to $146.77. Right now, these channels aren't income, they're an expense. The side problem I didn't plan for. Right before buying the first channel, I also invested in a Shopify coffee brand. It's registered as an LLC. And to be completely honest, it's tanking badly. That means this YouTube experiment isn't happening in isolation. It's happening while another business is bleeding money in the background. Add to that the fact that my wife is about to be out of work for several months, and suddenly this isn't just about me anymore. There's real responsibility here, real weight. Why I'm documenting this publicly. I could have kept all of this private, most people would, but here's the truth. When everything is hidden, it's easy to lie to yourself. When it's public, then you're forced to be honest. Numbers matter. Decisions have consequences. I don't want to sell a dream. I want to document reality. If this works, you'll see how. If it fails, you'll see why. No filters, no pretending. What happens next? This video is the starting line. From here on out, every episode will be numbered. Each one will track remedy changes, wins and mistakes, and whether these channels move closer to sustainability or collapse. The first thing I'm doing next is a full audit, one channel at a time. What's working, what's broken, what I would never buy again, because if I'm going to survive this, I need clarity, not optimism. Some people will call this brave, others will call it reckless. Honestly, it might be both. All I know is this, I'm already in, and from this point forward, there's no pretending it didn't happen. This is episode 1. Let's see where this goes. Before this video ends, I want to ask you something honestly. If you were in my position, if you got fired, if your income disappeared, if your retirement money was sitting there while the clock kept ticking, would you have done this? Because right now, I'm standing in that uncomfortable space between logic and belief, between playing it safe and betting on myself. Some people will say this was a smart move. Others will say I've completely lost my mind, and I want to hear which side you're on. So do me a favor, go down to the comments and answer just one question. Was this a calculated risk or a stupid mistake? No filters, no politeness, just your honest take. And if you've ever been at a crossroads like this, where one decision could change everything, I want you to share that too, because this channel isn't about pretending to have answers. It's about facing the uncertainty head on. This is episode 1. If you want to see exactly what happens next, the audits, the numbers, the wins, the mistakes, subscribe and stay with me, because from here on out, there's no turning back.